All right, we're moving on to our next video of Unit 4, and now we're going to be talking about solutions to inequalities. The last video we talked about solutions to equations. This is very similar. The only difference is the symbol that brings the two statements on each side of the mathematical statement, and they're not going to be equal. They're going to be using these different symbols, and some of these symbols may look familiar to you, and we'll talk about them before we try some examples. But what is an inequality? An inequality is an open sentence that uses these symbols here to compare quantities. Now, what are these symbols? Well, first off, this symbol here is our less than. You may remember it. Now, what is this symbol? Why is there a line underneath the less than symbol? Now, there's not really much difficulty to what that line means. All it means is that we have a less than or equal to. Now, this or equal to is very important because it's saying that something can be less than, but it could also be equal to the value. And we're going to talk about what that means in a few. Now, moving on to this symbol. This symbol is the opposite of this one. So instead of less than, we are greater than. And the same thing here. That's greater than. This is greater than or equal to. Now this or equal to is going to be very important to remember that it's just saying that the value could also be equal. Now, what is this symbol with it? It looks like an equal sign with a line drawn through it. Well, it's just that, not equal to. It's not equal to. That's why we drew a line through the equal sign. So let's identify the solution to the inequality. The same way we did for the equations, we're going to have a list of values and we're going to check to see which one of those values make the statement true. So let's take a look at the first example. Let's imagine we have 9 plus a is less than 17. 9 plus a is less than 17. So the values that they give us for the solution, 7, 8, and 9. So the same way we did for the equations, we're going to plug it in and we're going to see which value works. All right, so 9 plus 7 is less than 17. Well, let's see. 9 plus 7 is 16. Is 16 less than 17? Well, yeah, it sure is. So this solution works. Let's try 8 as well. 9 plus 8 is less than 17. Well, 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 less than 17? Nope, 17 is not less than 17. Therefore, this cannot be a solution. So if 8 doesn't work, 9 is definitely not going to work because that number is going to be even larger. All right, let's move on to another example. All right, let's see. Our next example is b minus 10 is greater than 5. Our solution set is 14, 15, or 16. Which one of these values is going to make this statement true? Well, let's check. 14 minus 10 is greater than our first solution. 14 minus 10 is greater than 5. Well, 14 minus 10 is 4. Is 4 greater than 5? Nope. That is not going to work. Well, let's try another solution. 15 minus 10 is greater than 5. Well, 15 minus 10 is 5. Is 5 greater than 5? Nope. 15 doesn't work either. Last solution we're going to check is 16. 16 minus 10 is greater than 5. Well, 16 minus 10 is 6. Is 6 greater than 5? Yes, it sure is. Therefore, 16 can be one of our solutions for the inequality. All right, let's try two more examples, but instead of giving us multiple solutions, we're just going to check one solution. So for this first example, 32 is greater than or equal to 8n. And they want us to check, is n equal to 3? So let's plug it in. 32 is greater than or equal to 8 times 3. We know a letter and a number next to each other mean multiply. So is 32 greater than or equal to 8 times 3? Well, what is 8 times 3? 8 times 3 is 24. Is 32 greater than or equal to 24? Well, yeah, it sure is. So is this a solution? Yes. All right, our next problem. We want to check to see if the solution works. So the problem is 13 is less than or equal to 4v. And they're saying, could v be equal to 3? Well, let's plug it in and try. 13 is less than or equal to 4 times 3. Well, 13 is less than or equal to, what is 4 times 3? 4 times 3 is 12. Is 13 less than or equal to 12? No. 13 is actually greater. So is this a solution? No, it does not work. All right. I hope this video gave you some insight on how to find if the solutions given can work for the inequality. I hope you understand what these symbols mean and you're able to use them to help you find those solutions. All right. Thank you. Till next time.